All right, let's take a look. So, I get asked about jerseys I have and don't have, and which ones I want and don't want. The easiest place to start here is Anaheim. I mean, the font on the Korea is just awful. That's just gross. The fact that Korea's name's on that is it's wrong. It's wrong. So I have the eggplant. I don't have the green one there on the right. Really like the green one on the right. If I don't have it, odds are that either I can't find it, or when I find it, I'm like, I'm not paying that for it. It may seem like, oh, he spends all kinds of money. Not really. For instance, the jerseys that I've bought in the last month, I bought 7 jerseys for the price of what you'd pay for basically one authentic with a name on it from Reebok. So I've just been very cheap in how I've done things and very careful. Most of the jerseys I bought haven't arrived yet, so I'm not going to get into spoilers here either because I want it to be a surprise for you guys. The black Anaheim in the middle here is one that I do want, but again, finding it for a reasonable price is not easy, and it's not a beautiful jersey. It's not anything I look at and I say, oh, I have to have that. And then we're getting into Ducks jerseys I already have, which are ugly, but I own it. Arizona. Speaking of ugly, check out that ugliness on the bottom. You can't find, at least I can't. I can't find that one on the bottom with cacti. I can't find it except in a youth size. And while I can get away with wearing a youth extra large, I know it's a youth extra large, and I don't particularly like it. Notice that they decided to make the third jersey different. Look at the difference between 98, 99, and after. Let's just put a white line around it, guys, and then it won't look stupid. Yeah, all right, that works. And then they got away from it. Nothing really to see in Atlanta, so let's go to Boston. My favorite Boston that I do not own is 67-68. It's the black one at the top there. That is a thing of beauty. Again, I like simplicity in jerseys. Simplicity is nice. Speaking of which, the original Buffalo jerseys, look how pretty those were. And then they put a name on the back of them, and they didn't change them much. Small change from here to here. But again, that was just getting rid of the strings. Then they made a small change in the color. What was the color difference there? And stripes change. This, of course, is through NHLuniforms.com. This site is fantastic. I've been able to search for and find jerseys on here that I can then put into search terms and look up online for whether or not I could buy them. Like this red buffalo at the bottom. I'm waiting on that red buffalo. I need that red buffalo. I desperately need that red buffalo. And then they do the Buffaslug, but to make people feel better about the Buffaslug, they brought back the originals, but they put a number on the front of the original, the Pominville here in the middle, the blue one. They got that nice 29 there just to remind us, hey, things still suck if you're Buffalo. That was nice of them. And then they got rid of the throwback because it was making the Buffaslug feel bad about itself. Calgary, you want to get into baffling? So 81-94, those are their classics, fantastics. They're fantastic, great jerseys. And then they decided to go to that. So they went from this to this, and I don't think anybody would cop to it now as to why they did it. They decided, we're German. You're Calgary. Oh, we're German. No, you're not. And then they went to this, which looked kind of ugly because of the horse head, but compared to the German, it looked better. And then I still don't like the Black Sea. I just don't. I mean, I have it. Doesn't mean I like it. The question was asked, do I have Oakland Seals, or is that technically California Golden Seals? So here's California, and there's Oakland. Notice the C becomes an O. Oh, it's so tricky. And then the Oakland Seals here. I like the one at the top. I don't like the logo, but I like the color scheme. The logo's beyond ugly. So they changed it to this. So yeah, they're California Golden Seals jerseys. It's based on the 70-73 design when they got rid of the strings. And then the last 2 years, they just said, screw it, we're going to teal. And that was the end of them. I think the teal's what killed them. There's not really much to see in Carolina. I don't mean that in terms of the state, just in terms of the jerseys. I honestly wouldn't mind a white one. The white one at the bottom there. I mean, it's similar to the white one I have now. And I guess if I had to choose between the red ones they had back then, you know what? Screw it. I like that red one at the top there. And I know people are really sold on the brand new red ones there, but I'm not. I prefer them without the flags. I think they look better without the flags, personally. I know other people don't agree with me and they like the blacks on the sleeves, and that's just fine. Chicago. My dad always called them Chicago. I think it's because he was a Newfoundlander. I'm not sure. It just never made any sense. I didn't know where he was getting the R from. The only Blackhawks jersey that I want is that one right in the middle. And I haven't been able to find it for a decent price. I mean, I would take a white one. I don't have a white one, but the difference between the white one and the red one, there's really nothing. So I have the red one. I like the red one better, so I'm happy with that. Famously, of course, I'm desperate for the Cleveland Barons. There just isn't a licensed Cleveland Barons out there, other than the one seller I found on eBay that sells the ones with names and numbers on the back for like $300. I'm not spending $300 for a Cleveland Barons jersey. It's just not happening. Nothing to see in Colorado. I don't really want an Avalanche jersey I don't already own. Rockies, I desperately want both. And yet anytime I'm in a store and I'm looking at them, and it's usually the blue one I see, I just don't want to spend $150 on it. That's my whole problem. Columbus, the only Columbus one that I still have out there that I might want is that one right in the middle. That third jersey's pretty, and it looked very pretty compared to the ugliness that is both above and below. The one above I had. Something happened to it. I don't know if it was lost at my mom's or if it was lost via my ex or what happened, but it didn't come with me when I moved, and I'm sad. But that being said, it's not as nice as the jerseys they have now, so I'm not entirely sad. Dallas. Dallas is a wonderful thing in that I have basically every jersey on this page. I don't have that white one at the top there. I wouldn't mind that one. It's a sharp jersey. But I have both of these. Thanks, Brody, for the white one, which then's at the bottom here. Of course, I have the Mooterus in the middle. Both Dallases. The Dallas with the logo at the bottom, the white one, I don't have that yet. The one at the bottom here, where with just Dallas across the front, that one is coming. But I'm not giving you guys any spoilers on the rest. Detroit, it doesn't show the throwback jersey that I like. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't show it. The Winter Classic that they wore with the D on the front, I really, really like that one. That was really sharp. Edmonton, I have every Edmonton that I want. I get asked regularly whether or not I have the one at the bottom there. That's the one that was designed by McFarlane. I get the symbolism on it, and it's a nice jersey, but meh. It looks very similar to the Kings. Very similar to the Kings of the late 80s, just blue instead of black. Florida, there's not really much that I want here. Although, if I could get that one in the middle, the only ones I've been able to find of that one in the middle are women's jerseys. I have not been able to find it in men's. That's honestly a pretty jersey. Now, since I have Columbus, I have basically the same jersey, just Columbus instead. I'll skip Hamilton because they're not a team anymore. And the only one in Hartford that I want is that white one at the top there. That's a sharp jersey. And to end this video on, let's end with Kansas City. Isn't that pretty? Not really. I think it's ugly too. When the Devils announced they were borrowing striping from these Kansas City jerseys and borrowing striping from the old Colorado Rockies, I thought they were crazy. Yeah, why don't we do Kings? We'll finish with Kings just in that the gear logo. See, the gear for the Oilers is exactly the same as this Kings, just in blue. It's the exact same thing. Not much I want here. Of course, the Burger King in the middle. The fact that Gretzky wore that is just that attests to his overall. He has guts. He has guts to wear that on the ice. He really does. I've got basically everything Kings related, with the exception of that beautiful purple one in the middle. I am waiting on that purple one in the middle. Let's go back a couple. Of course, I have the coat of arms in black. It's just ratched up. That purple one at the bottom, I wouldn't mind either. Purple's a very different color. It's very unique to the Kings. And then, of course, we get back to the chevrons. So there you go. That's the ones that I'm still missing. Looking at ones that I really like, that if I ever find them, I'll probably pick them up. You guys can let me know your favorites out of the list that I've done, and I will definitely finish this list off soon. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.